Hello, it's me, the benezia, or that one guy who doesn't shut up about Cleopatra in space for some reason. I like Death Battle. It is one of my favorite internet shows, and no matter how I think about the scaling, no matter how bad the research is, no matter how bad the episode is, I still enjoy the fights. There's always something for me to enjoy on that channel. And what self-respecting Death Battle fan doesn't have their own episodes they dream of seeing? The episode that they always tune in to the next times, hoping that their very favorite characters and their very favorite series pop up. So I decided I'd make a list of my top 6. This is really going to be top 10, but I couldn't think of 10, so yeah. First off, I would like to make note that I'm going to use several thumbnails in this video, and none of them were created by me. I will credit the creators in the description of this video once I post it. At number 6, we have Vilgax vs. Ganondorf, Ben 10 vs. The Legends of Zelda. This match is my brainchild, and it's probably the weakest match I've ever created, but I still love it anyways. These two are both blatant, huge, evil Ooga Booga men, and they both are obsessed with taking an incredibly powerful weapon from a small green kid. There isn't a lot of connections, no deep meaning behind it. I just think it'd be a really fun match to watch, and I really enjoy both their designs, and I think their fight styles would be cool. In terms of how the fight would go, it either ends with Ganondorf in his Ganon form just completely eviscerating true form Vilgax, or it ends with Vilgax killing Ganondorf with the Chronosapient time bomb. That's all I really had on to talk about this one. I just think it would be really fun to watch, so moving on to number 5. Coming in at number 5, we have Ceres Victoria vs. Serana, Skyrim vs. Hellsing Ultimate. The connections lie in the fact that they're both vampires who spend their life hunting other vampires with the help of an incredibly powerful hero of their story, Alucard and the Dovahkiin. They both are incredibly powerful and shouldn't be understated in this argument. Oh yeah, they both also are pretty hot, which, that Hellsing Ultimate joke, so, Yeah, that's all I got for this one. It's pretty basic and bare bones. I like it, though. At number 4, we have Octavian vs. Cars. Insanely powerful madmen who believe that they're gods in their worlds, who get all their power from insanely powerful magical artifacts. They both have no equal when they're the main villain of the series, and they also were only opposed by a figure from their past. Cleopatra opposed Octavian, and Haman opposed Cars. They were only ever defeated by trickery and luck, with no real guarantee that any normal force in the universe could stop them. They're also both virtually immortal, which would make for a really interesting battle, because they both basically kill each other for all eternity, unless you have one of them hack each other out, like with Goku Black versus Reverse Flash. I also think it's just going to be really fun because they're just some of my favorite, most overpowered villains in all the fiction. And they also have the neat parallel of they both once became really powerful, they both became animalistic and completely inhuman, with Octavian losing his human body and getting squid legs and a charred face, and Cars turned into a bird for some reason. Another thing to note is that Cars wanted to create a perfect world where there's no suffering, yet not with no suffering, a perfect world that he controlled, and he became beautiful, while Octavian became ugly and deformed and was purely fueled by rage and revenge. For the next one, let's talk about RoboCop. Or not, because I don't really like RoboCop that much. Moving on to the actual number 3, Captain Mizuki vs. Razor, One Punch Man vs. Hunter x Hunter. Two incredibly muscular and very skilled fighters who take on their enemies using sports equipment for some reason. This is kind of a huge stomp against Mizuki, but it's the best in terms of connections. Honestly, a better matchup for her would probably be Miruko or Wii Fit Trainer from My Hero Academia and Wii Fit respectively. But I kind of like this one. It's got a charm to it. Coming in number 2, we have Lusamine versus Matriarch Benezia from Pokemon vs. Mass Effect. These two are both mothers of major characters in the story, who also serve as the main villain for much of the plot. They both ruin their daughters' lives after they are corrupted by the energies of an incredibly powerful evil being from another reality, the Reaper, and I want to say it, I don't know how to pronounce. I'm not pronouncing that. Nihilego. It's Nihilego. They're Their daughters also come back to stop them eventually with their incredibly powerful friend in the form of Sun/Moon and Commander Shepard, and they're eventually defeated at the very end of the story, but they aren't the final boss, in which they are shown up by the final boss, which in this case is Saren, and it is Ultra Necrozma. I don't know why, I just really like this matchup for some reason. It vibes with me way better than either their other matchups, aka Darth Vader and Ragyo. So, yeah, that's all I have for this one. Before we get to the number 1 spot, I would like to go over 2 honorable mentions real quick, just because these are matches I really want to touch on one time, but don't really want to put in their own dedicated spot. First one is Superman Prime 1 Million versus Ultra Necrozma. I don't know why I'd like this one, just golden glowy things. Also, I'm pretty sure it's Superman L, but nobody can seem to scale postcards consistently. Anywho, next up we have Garfield and John versus Calvin and Hobbes from Garfield and Calvin and Hobbes. This is really a nostalgic matchup of characters from my childhood that I really enjoy, and I don't know, I think we need more silly battles that aren't necessarily joke matchups, And of course, the number 1 spot has to go to Cleopatra versus Emily from Cleopatra in Space books, the book series, versus the Amulet book series. They're both female protagonists of graphic novel series that get transported to another world by incredibly powerful artifacts, and they end up becoming some of the strongest heroes in a given world. They have animal sidekicks and use hot pink magical powers, which, I don't know, this seems really bizarre of a coincidence. They both also have animal sidekicks and are constantly at odds with a evil creature, which is Octavian and the power of the Spirit of the Stone. They also both redeem a hero to join their side, redeem a villain to join their side in the Elf Prince and Antony. The fight could go in so many different ways. Cleopatra definitely wins, but the way she wins is kind of up in the air. She used the sword to tank through Emily's blast and just kill her. She could shatter the stone and then just blast her out with a ray gun. She could jump into Emily's giant phoenix form and just destroy it like she did the Golden Lion. Just so much cool stuff that happened in this fight. I just can't go over it enough. I can talk about this fight all day. I love it so much. And this is my number 1. I'd like to thank you so much for watching this video if you made it to the end. This is my first video I've ever really made that's like over a minute long. And thanks for bearing with me. It wasn't exactly very well written, very well planned, but I had fun making it. I really hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Oh, and always, all the artists that made the thumbnails will be credited in the description of this video.